So today we're with the fantastic Rosie from SeaCat Services on the Isle of Wight. And I wanted to just catch up with you, Rosie, first of all, to talk to you about your time on the Help to Grow programme at the University of Portsmouth Business School, and also just to get a bit of feedback from you about how you felt your journey went throughout the sort of 16 weeks that you were on the programme with us. So thank you so much, first of all, for being with us today. I really appreciate that. One of the first questions I wanted to ask you today was, what was your top reason for signing up, and why did you sign up initially for the Help to Grow programme in the first place?
Well, I found out about the Help to Grow programme via a government survey from a nice man that was ringing me from London to find out how the business was going in COVID. And right towards the end of the call, he said that there was a government-funded programme on management and to help small businesses. And I immediately thought, wow, that sounds interesting. He gave me the name, so I immediately Googled it. The course content looked fantastic. It was something that I definitely thought would be important for SeaCat to do and take advantage of, mainly because it was 90% funded and not a massive outlay, but for a really good lot of training. So I phoned and sent an email straight away, and within a week I was enrolled on the course and quite apprehensive about going to Portsmouth University for the first time, but thoroughly enjoyed the content of the course once I got going.
Brilliant. So can you just tell us a little bit more about kind of the benefits that you found from the course, and how you worked with the content, and what the content was and how that was laid out and presented?
Yes. So, I mean, to start with, I was quite nervous, but the first modules that you do are more of an introduction. You get to meet the people that are running the course, which is Becky here, and you get to meet your peer group and other people that are joining you on the course. Modules have been quite clearly defined, and I'm somebody that likes to do a little bit of homework, so I'd always read up a little bit on the modules before we actually took the class, either online or when we did the face-to-face ones at the university, which was fantastic. So I've learnt masses on every single module. I come from a small business background. I think I'm quite good at running a company, but there was masses to learn, and I've really enjoyed that journey, and meeting the professionals was just fantastic.
That's good to hear. In terms of the mentoring that you received on a one-to-one basis throughout the programme, and also some of the peers and other people and businesses that you met, can you tell us a little bit more about that structure and how that worked, and what benefits you found?
The peer-to-peer was the best bit for me. So we do a module, and then towards the end of the week, you then meet with your peer group. Now, quite quickly, you get to know a small group of people fast, really, much faster than you would in real life because you're online. It was quite clear to me that the people I was meeting were really interesting. We were honest straight away, and you were able to share ideas really quickly. And the guys that I had on my peer group were a pleasure to be with and know. And you couldn't really say anything that was daft because they were all coming at business from a different angle. So they were like, oh, well, actually, you know, we'd try this or we'd try that. And it was all very positive and really helpful. And the mentoring, I think it hones you in on the areas of your Help to Grow plan that you need to develop, and keeps you the regular meetings keep you from going astray. So the fact that you're still working and running your company is one thing, but the mentor sessions allow you to just completely focus in, hone in on what you're trying to improve on, and they also play devil's advocate and get you to think of things in a different way, which is really useful.
Brilliant. In terms of the actual course content, what did you personally find was the most interesting module? Because obviously you're a finance director and incredibly good with numbers. Was there anything specific that you were actually thinking, I'm learning about this for the first time?
Yeah.
Or something that was really super beneficial for you in terms of progressing your own leadership knowledge and leadership style?
Yes, definitely. Well, to start with, it was the mission, vision and values. And then as the course went on, I was enjoying more and more modules more. And I think the highlight for me has probably got to be Katia's module on a high-performing workplace and investing in your employees. That's the bit that I've enjoyed most. And I feel like she really challenged you to make sure you were thinking the right way. The diversity that makes a better team is something that I find really interesting, and I want to develop more of that. Her style was good. She nailed it on making sure you were coming away from the class with actual actions, not just taking in the course and going, oh, well, that was lovely, and then getting on with your day job. And then she follows it up with an email to make sure you're actually doing the actions that you said you were going to do, which I think was fantastic. So it really, I came away from that feeling absolutely energised and buzzing and positive about being a better leader going forward.
Also, another quick question for you in terms of not being academic, which you've always been quite vocal and very honest about with me as your facilitator on the programme. I think that's really empowering to hear that. I think a lot of people look at a programme like this and think it's going to be far too academic for me, or perhaps it's a little bit too intimidating or too much to take on, and that might prevent them from investigating this further. What would you say to people who perhaps didn't enjoy school so much and perhaps think it's a bit remote or too high level? What would you say from your personal point of view?
Well, from my personal point of view, I love learning, and it's been prohibitive most of my life because I do struggle with dyslexia and confidence, and doing a degree course was just overwhelming. The fact that I'd have to commit to something for 3 years has just been too big a commitment. So the bit I loved about this Help to Grow course was, one, I got to go to university, which was fab because I felt all young again. The course is not, you're not committing too much time, so you're committing from August to November in my case. It's an achievable lump of time to be able to commit to learning. The learning was fast, but also I had the notes so I could print them out and I could scribble on them because I like to scribble. That's my way of learning, although it does put some people off because they think I'm writing notes about them, but I'm not. I'm just doing it from my own knowledge. So from that, the fact that it was some online, some in person, the notes were there, there's lots of links to websites where you can get other information. The case studies were brilliant. So I always pretty much read up about the company before the case study, found out about them, looked at the websites, and they were good companies to look at. They were really fun, innovative, new, just really, really inspiring.
That's brilliant, and it's really good to hear. What we would like to say is, obviously, representing the University of Portsmouth, if there's anybody out there that is watching this that would like to come on it, if there are people that do have sort of issues around additional support for learning, we can provide that as well. And it's very exciting to see lots of different people from different backgrounds on the course, and I think actually that adds something to it. So in terms of other feedback, is there any other feedback on the programme that you would like to provide, or perhaps some messages for people who are watching today about why you feel they should do it and why you'd recommend it?
Yes, I would recommend this course to small business owners and leaders because actually it covers a multitude of areas of the normal business life that you take on when you start something. And when you start something and you have an idea and it's just a little acorn at that point, you can't think of it all. It's impossible. But what's been brilliant about the course is that they're highlighting all the areas you do need to think about, but encouraging you to perhaps say, okay, I can't be brilliant at everything. Let me find somebody else that can help me here, or point you in a direction where you might be able to have some marketing help or some sales help or some IT help. And the people that you meet on the peer-to-peer group, you can actually tap into them. So, you know, I might be good at the bit I do, but somebody else is an expert in their field. And you can say, oh, what do you think about so-and-so? And actually you're getting free advice, which is amazing. But you can also then work with these people after you've done the course. And the other thing is the course is quick and you're learning a lot very fast. And what I would say is, for me, the benefit of the course is going to be much longer than the time I've been on it, and I can see me coming back to my note-taking, back to the course content, and using that again and again over the next few years.
No, that's brilliant feedback. And also, I think one of the big things there is an alumni network coming out of the back end of this programme. Yep. So obviously we'll be involving you with that as well, which will be absolutely epic. But I'd like to say thanks very much for your time today, and thanks for being such a great advocate of our programme at the University of Portsmouth Business School. It's been an absolute pleasure and a delight to actually watch your progress from the very start, where everybody was totally apprehensive and a little bit terrified, through to how empowered and positive you've become in terms of your confidence as well, Rosie. So thank you so much for being such an amazing advocate of our programme at the University of Portsmouth Business School. It means a great deal to us. And
thank you, Becky.
Thanks very much for your time, because I know you're very, very busy. Very busy woman. So thanks very much for your time today,
Thank you, Becky.
Rosie.
It's been great fun. Really enjoyed it.
Love it. Thanks, Rosie. Bye.
Cheers.